Target locked.
Alright, we are at the third Immortal Codex box, known as Lord of the Styx, or Eerie Styx. Essentially, it's Zealous on some really good hardcore drugs. And his character in game that we get, it's like that meme where it's like boss battle and then the boss when you unlock it for yourself. It's night and day, where he's pretty damn good and the Zealous that we get is mediocre. But so I have none of the characters that I would technically suggest for this. But I still managed to be in the top three so far. I was top two earlier. I've dropped down to top three apparently because some people are forcing their way through this, which is not how it's supposed to be done. And we'll cover how it's supposed to be done right now. Is that he will periodically put up the Soul Keeper shield, and it'll have amount of hits to where it doesn't matter the amount of damage that you do, it's just the amount of actual hits. So people that have multi-strikes are able to attack very, very quickly, or very good for this. And then while his shield is down, that's the only time that you're able to do direct damage to him. And if you do break the shield, he becomes vulnerable, kind of like breaking the shield of the guild boss. Now, and if you don't break the shield, then you can't. He does a massive damage to all enemies on the battlefield, and you you can't debuff him at all in any such way. And then he does periodically small attacks that aren't that noticeable. It's really just the big boom if you don't defeat his shield. Now, here is the best team that I've done is this, and the only reason it works is because I'm not breaking the shields, because I don't have the units to break the shields. And I use Vortex's Awaken 5 with his shields to take reduced damage from his shields when he ultimates, and Sadie is huge damage reduction with her ultimate as well, and just alternating the two. And then I have four nightmare heroes to try to get as much attack speed and damage output out there in the time frame in between shields. Like I said, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. You should be using Silas is really good because he's able to just do true damage to him. That's why he's up there pretty well. Having a healer, not because you want to be kind of bunched up so you can use Sadie effectively, but so having Constance as a ground unit and freeing that up and doing a little bit of healing on the side and able to boost all your units around her is very good. And then basically just damage. But the way that I think that they want us to do it is more with Elder, Falchia, Vorath, the new Northerner people we've been getting. Vorath's not new, but I'm not seeing him. But then again, I don't expect people wanting to build him up essentially just for this. Although he should do fairly well with his ability to stack speed like Falchia does. But pretty much everyone's seeing the same teams for the most part. And I guarantee you almost all of these are just brute forcing. They might break the first or second shield, but they're just brute forcing their way through this. And so we'll go ahead and go in. And throw people down. I'll put him in the back. I'll put Torador on the opposite side because he'll be out of range of Sadie's ultimate. But he'll have at least his passive to keep him going. And then for Valeria, I'm just not going to ult at all. I can break the shield before the boss rush and then get through it. And then basically this tells you when the shield's about to go up. and you throw up. I did that too soon. So I'll go ahead and... Yeah, see, I still lost Valeria, but I did it too soon. But it's fine. We'll just keep going. And it's just basically withstanding. We'll see if Sadie gets the shield back up in time. Or her ult back up in time. She's not going to, so I'm probably going to wipe here. But, like, yeah, these units are not touching the shield at all. I'll go ahead and redo this since I messed up. But yeah, I'm not even getting close to breaking the shield. I'm just brute forcing my way through it using Sadie and Vortex. But see, you're able to debuff them here, but once you get into the boss rush, if you're not breaking the shields, you won't be able to debuff them. He'll have that golden health bar. So we'll just do this correctly this time and not preemptively hit Sadie. But you just watch for that. He queues it up, and the shield goes through. And the first one, some people might be breaking that in time, but you just wait till right before it pops off, pops Sadie, and then you can unleash everybody else's ults. Other than that, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so really, Vortex is kind of overkill as far as healing. But he's just the easiest one that I have that has damage reduction because of his Awaken 5, of having the shield, to where everyone can stay alive. Shield pops back up. And every single time the shield count goes up that you have to break, just making it all the more ridiculous to try to do it. So Torador didn't survive that one because his passive wasn't up. But it's fine. He's not doing a whole lot of damage, and we're still keeping the max damage output of the Nightmare people, even without him. Now we're getting up to like 280 hits. I don't know how they expect, many people to be able to do that. But you just wait for the whole timer to go through of this and slowly do damage in between shield attacks. Now we're above 300. Either we don't have the units yet, or... Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, Falchia's probably does very well with her double attacks and stuff. And Elder has chances to proc multiple attacks with his talent. But we're nearing 400 now. Granted, when he hits vulnerable, you're able to do a lot more damage if you do break the early shields. But just brute forcing your way through it is not the way it's supposed to be intended, but the way it's going to get done, at least for now. Now we're nearing 500 hits. Who's going to hit 500 hits in that? And we only got a little bit of time left, so I'll go ahead and ult with Valeria to try to squeeze in a little bit more damage. And we're running out of time. So it's not the intended mechanic that they want in there, but it's how you got to brute force your way through it. Other units that you can use that have damage mitigation would be King Hars, Northerners in general, with their shields, are pretty good. If you don't have Sadie, then you can. I don't think Aelin will get enough stacks to where she has damage reduction. You have to get up to 25, and then it does some damage reduction. I don't know if you have enough time. You might be able to do Sadie first and then get Aelin. Gwendolyn, her shields would probably be enough, and you should be able to place it to where everyone gets hit by her shield. she might be able to get you to go through it if you manage to pull her for a Christmas banner. Throwing down a defender. Isolde has damage reduction to people that are around her. Regulus can do damage reduction around him, and he himself become invincible. Broker can at least keep himself alive, but not really. He does reduce 10% for people near him with his talent, but I don't think that's technically enough. But those are some ideas of people you can use to try to brute force your way through there. And as far as damage, definitely single target damage. The Nightmare faction is a pretty one to get a lot of DPS out of because of their passive as a faction. Wrath would be fine as a substitute for Torador if you don't have Torador like I do. And he's pretty beefy to be able to. He should be able to stay alive just as good as anyone else. Abomination, you could use him off to the side outside of Sadie's ult range if you need to. He should be beefy enough since he has the highest HP in the game to be able to proc his passive at least to alternate between your two people that are trying to keep him alive. But yeah, it's not the intended way we're supposed to do it, but it is the only way that I've been able to do it at all. So hopefully this helps you push up a little bit, because it's kind of, even on Forerunner, this one was the one that had only very few people that were even getting to triple S, and even now there's only 4 people that have triple S, where the other ones, it was the entire top, like the whole top leaderboard that you could see almost was all triple S. But even here you're getting down to S plus still in the top 100, and probably very close to just being straight S's. And then being top, it was top 2% earlier today that was B plus. So this one's a little bit harder and makes me think that we don't have all the units that they want for this, or it needs to be adjusted one way or another. So that's all I have for this. Hopefully it helps you be able to score a little bit higher. If you have any other tips, feel free to comment down below, and you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching this Watcher of Realms video. If you like what you see, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I am Lieutenant Sheik, and this target has been destroyed.